Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Chicago Bears versus Cincinnati Bengals Week 14 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation between various data points. However, there's always going to be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So, starting with this matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. When you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially is looking at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and of course how the special teams is doing. And when you look at all that information, the Bengals are favored for the most part in all those other kind of aspects. So let's get into some reasons why. So first off, offensively speaking, the Bengals are pretty much better than the Browns in the various aspects of offense. The Bengals have a better turnover ratio, so they don't turn the football over as much as the Bears do. The Bengals have the better sack percentage. They don't allow as many sacks. And the Bengals also have a better offensive score percentage, which is basically the ability to put points on the board on offense, which is a huge skill set to consider and think about there. But defensively, this is where the Bears kind of shine a bit. The Bears have the better defensive offensive. Well, not the Bears, but the Bengals have the better defensive offensive score percentage. But the Bears have the better turnover ratio. The Bears have the better sack percentage. So essentially, the Bengals are better at preventing points on defense, but the Bears are a little bit better in terms of getting the sexy stuff like turnovers and sacks and those other kind of stuff. So that's kind of the big difference between both these teams. The slightly better defense is the Bengals, and that is only because the Bengals are able to prevent more points. But that's really the big difference. That's really the main reason why the Bengals are favored is because they have a slightly better offense and a slightly better defense. And then, of course, you get to special teams data. So looking at punt return yardage, the Bengals are favored. Kick return yardage, the Bears are favored. Defensive punt return yardage, defensive kick return yardage, Bengals are favored on both those downs. And field goal percentage, which is by far the most important special teams metric to follow, as I say each and every week. And that particular area, the Bengals are favored in that respect. Extra point percentage goes to the Bears. The punting average goes to the Bears. So special teams-wise, the Bengals have it. So when you look at the overall macro data, just to kind of give you a general sense of this game, offensively speaking, the Bengals are favored. Defensively, Bengals, and special teams, Bengals. So all three phases, the Bengals are pretty much killing it. And I think that that's something to kind of think about because of those particular areas. Now, when you get to some other sort of areas, so micro, basically split data, micro matchups, those kind of areas. When you look at completion percentage data between the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals, the Bengals are favored on first and second down when it comes to completion percentage data. Then, of course, you get to the Bengals offense versus the Bears defense when it comes to completion percentage. In this area, the Bengals are favored on first, second, and third down. Then, of course, you get to rushing downs. And this is the Bears offense versus the Bengals defense when it comes to the ability to convert with the run in various downs and distances. And again, this has nothing to do with yardage or explosive plays. It only really has to do with the ability to convert, first downs with the run. That's really all it has to do with. And when you look at this information, the Bengals are favored on first and third down. So the Bengals defense, I think, could show up pretty big in this game. And then, of course, you get to the Bengals offense versus the Bears defense, where the Bengals are favored on first and third down. I would say it is kind of even. It's pretty close on first and third down, but I still think it kind of favors them because of those aspects. And we get to passing downs. So this is the Bears offense versus the Bengals defense. This area, the Bengals are favored on first and second down. So again, I think the Bengals defense should have a lot of success against this Bears offense because of how many issues they've had on offense. Then, of course, you get to the Bengals offense versus the Bears defense in terms of passing downs. And in this area, the Bengals are favored on first and third down. So, again, kind of showing that the Bengals will have some advantages here in terms of passing in those downs and distances. Then we get to sack rate between the Bears offense and the Bengals defense. And in this area, the Bengals are favored on first and third down. Biggest down to watch is third down. Majority of the sacks the Bengals have been able to generate have come on third down, whereas the Bears give up all their sacks on third down. So that's probably the biggest down to watch and see what happens because of that disparity. Then, of course, you get to the Bengals offense versus the Bears defense when it comes to sack rate. And in this area, second and third down comes up. Same difference, third down, big down and distance. Most of the sacks the Bears have been able to generate have come on third down, and most of the sacks that the Bengals have given up have come on third down as well. So big down and distance to watch there when it comes to sacks. Then, of course, we get to interception ratio between the Bears offense and the Bengals defense, where the Bears are favored on first and third down. And then finally, we get to the interception ratio of the Bengals offense versus the Bears defense, where the Bengals are favored on first and second down. Big down and distance to watch, as usual, is third down, where the majority of the picks are thrown, and the majority of the interceptions that the Bears actually force is also in that area as well. So those are just some things to kind of think about and contemplate in this particular game. So overall, general feelings about this game, I think it's a Bengals victory. I just think offensively speaking and defensively speaking, both those things match up pretty well in this game. You also looked at the special teams sort of information that also kind of gave you more of a sense of why they're favored in this game. And then when you just look at the overall micro matchups, like we just went through, there's definitely areas where the Bears might have success. But this Bears defense, this Bears team in general is a bad football team. There's no way around it. Offensively, they really can't do much to put points on the board. Defensively, they don't really do well in terms of preventing points. I mean, they definitely do some things that are kind of rah-rah, like sacks and those types of things. But they don't really get it done in terms of turnovers. They don't really get it done in terms of actually preventing points. So those are kind of big deals when it comes to winning football games. So it's because of both those kind of areas that I just have to say Bengals here. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you believe is going to win this football game? What aspects are you going to be watching? And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.